Guys, I'm back and today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me in my new apartment, which I thought would be fun. And I thought I could talk about moving in, classes are going to be starting soon, things like that. So I'm going to put my hair back and jump right into it. I love Coffee Break with Danny's Get Ready With Me's. Those are probably some of my favorite videos on YouTube, hands down. Next is probably Pan Those Eyeshadows, so I'm inspired by her. I have my coffee, and I will probably be drinking that a lot during this video. So it was 112 degrees where I am. I go to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. It was 112 degrees in SLO yesterday. Today is only supposed to be 98, and I think the fact that I'm saying it's only supposed to be 98 shows how miserable we were yesterday. So I am prepping my skin with the Too Faced Peach, the Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer infused with peach and sweet fig cream. I'm gonna be completely honest. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I hate the Too Faced peach smell. This is like a little sample that came with a Sephora Play box, I believe. I hate it. It's gross. It smells like rotting peach candy. Like, it does not smell like peach, in my opinion. I know some people love that scent, and they're like, it's like walking through a peach orchard. I don't appreciate it. It's not my vibe. I'm sorry if I've offended anyone. But I'm not that sorry because I said it. So next I'm going to be taking my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk in the shade 550 Light Medium. And this is another product that I don't like the smell of. There's a theme of this Get Ready With Me. It smells like fish oil pills almost, but it's vegan, so I don't understand why it smells like fish oil. Which I feel like is a question we need to start asking CoverGirl. Why does your stuff smell like fish? Yeah, or like it smells like this in the package. Like, it's not my sponge. It smells like old bread and fish oil. I don't know. It's interesting, but it's pretty. So it's not my favorite foundation in the world, but it's nice, especially when I'm just kind of living my best low-key Zoom University life. I actually have 2 in-person classes. Classes start next week, as of when I'm filming this and when I'm putting it up, so I can't speak for how my classes are yet, but I am very excited. And so on Thursday, I have to go and get a COVID test because I have to have a negative COVID test within a week of my first class, and then I have to wear a mask and a face shield because I'm a biomedical engineering student, and so I have labs that have to be in person. Like, there's no way to do them online. Because one of them is a design class, so we have to design and build things, which, unless it's going to be like, design it based off of the things you have in your kitchen, like, it's not going to be a comparable experience at home. And then my other class is a metal casting class, which I'm very excited about. Also, see, it kind of, this foundation, it's very, very sheer. And I tend to go in and kind of layer it because, like, as you can see, like here, it looks a little bit more coverage, but on my nose and on my other cheek, I still have some redness. I also got a little bit too much sun yesterday. which was a struggle. The one thing I do like about this foundation is it does work pretty well with almost every primer I've tried with it, because it's very like dewy, and I was expecting it to not sit nicely on top of a matte primer, but it actually works really well. Now I'm going to take the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, and it is in the shade Classic Ivory. And I really like this concealer. I like the concealer more than I like the foundation. Not that these are marketed to go together. And then I have a little acne spot right there that I'm just going to cover up. And then some redness on my cheeks. I have a mirror over here, that's why I'm looking over here. And a little spot right there. Yeah, that's about it. A lot of people are complaining that, and I don't mean like complaining like it's a bad thing, but they're frustrated because in quarantine their skin hasn't been acting how they want it to, or has been breaking out more than normal. And I've actually, or not quarantine, shelter in place, I've had the opposite experience. I have been continuing to apply makeup as usual, partly because I like makeup and partially because it helps me not touch my face throughout the day, and that is normally, like, me sitting here like rubbing and touching my face all day will make me break out much worse than wearing a foundation all day. And I think that's partially what has helped. And I also, for my birthday, I got a new acne treatment that I think contributed. And then I saw this. And I saw this post on Instagram that was talking about how this person had horrible cystic acne for the longest time, and they tried a bunch of different treatments and it wasn't working. And then they started taking cold showers over a summer because it was really hot, and their skin cleared up. And they were like, it's because I was taking hot showers every day, and that was bad for my skin. And I think something similar happened with me. I was taking showers less frequently because I used to take a shower like every day and a half, if that makes sense. So I would shower like Monday evening, and then Wednesday morning, and then Thursday evening, and then Saturday morning. Like, I would offset it because that was the best way to keep my hair semi-healthy, while also not getting super greasy. And in quarantine, I kind of stopped caring about looking super greasy, and if I worked out, I would take a quick, like, lukewarm to cool shower and just wash my body. I would get my hair wet to kind of rinse the sweat out, but I wouldn't, like, shampoo my hair. And then I would just wash my body. I wouldn't even wash my face. And then my face started clearing up, and I saw that, and I think that helped. So, anyways, that whole story was to say that I'm very happy with my skin. You can see some, like, spot, not, like, some scarring, especially in person, but I am okay with that. It's my skin. It is what it is. The fact that I only have one active spot right now is huge. My skin has not been this clear since I was 12. So I've just been very happy about that. Next, I'm going to go in with the Nude Stick Nudies All Over Face color in the shade Naughty and Spice, which is this really pretty, like, mauve-y pink shade almost. And I'm just going to kind of take it and stamp it into my EcoTools sponge. Not on the side I was applying foundation with, but just kind of on this flat side. And then I'll kind of start going in like that. It looks like a lot right now, but I'll go back in. I'm just getting the placement how I want it. And then I will go through. And also this does fade. Like once I put on powder and bronzer and highlight, this does not look nearly, although it doesn't look very intense on camera either. This does. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then I can always go in and add just a smidge a bit more later. Next, I'm going to be going in with this Coty Airspun powder in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. 1 second. This is my first time using this one. I've had a Coty Airspun powder before, but this is my first time using this container. Whew. This has such a strong smell that you can smell it like through the package. Also, before we go in and apply a ton of makeup, I would like to appreciate all of my clean, actually this one I used today, but all of my clean brushes, may they be, I don't know why this is pulling, like it looks dirty when I go like this. Stupid lighting, but it is clean. They're never going to be this clean, ever again. I'm going to be taking a big powder brush from Morphe. It doesn't have a name on it because it came in a set, unfortunately. So I'm just going to pick some up out of the cap and then kind of swirl my brush into the clean sifter because it doesn't have any powder in it, and then I'm just going to kind of work it into the brush, and then I'll go in quickly to make sure I don't have any creases under my eyes or on the nose. I don't want to set any lines. And then I'm just going to kind of gently press the powder into my skin. I think this lighting is much better than the lighting I had at my mom's house, which you couldn't see me very well, but I only filmed 2 videos there because I only had to film 2 and I knew the lighting was going to be janky. Next I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade Gel. All the writing has worn off on it except a little bit of the logo. I believe it is, yeah, the Dip Brow Gel in the shade Taupe. And I am going to, before I go in with anything else, I'm just going to brush this through my brows, and I brush them up. And then I will kind of get the hairs to point the way that I want them to point. What would be ideal is if I can get a setup. I'm going to go like this, it would look weird. If I could get a setup in front of that window, because I do get a lot of good light out of that window, but my bed is against that, so I would have to set up a filming level there and then put my makeup out on the bed and then sit in this chair facing that way, which I could do. I'm just not sure how easy that'll be. Next, I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe, and I'm just going to fill in the areas that I need more. So there's kind of, my brow like goes up a little bit too much in this arch, so I'll fill in that area. And then the sparseness at the beginning, but I'm not going to really mess with that parts where the Dip Brow gel kind of filled things in and shaped my hairs for me. Okay, this is a good stopping point before I go too crazy and start regretting my life choices. So next I'm going to go in with my Tarte Park Avenue Princess. I think this is technically, oh, it's a chisel palette. It's bronzer. I'm just going to go in it with my Real Techniques blush brush, and I am going to mix these two shades together, the shades Crown and Angle. And I'm just gonna kind of cover the brush since this is clean, then. These shades are very pigmented, so you kind of have to go in with a light hand. This is like the tannest I will be all year, and these shades are still like a little bit too intense. I think this is my favorite brush ever, just because it works for everything. Oh goodness gracious, look at that. Some of these are just like spots that I have on my neck. It is not like patchy bronzer, which I know, because like there's no amount of blending that will make a dark spot go away. I think I am happy with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my powder brush again, and I'm going to go into the two like highlight shades that are called Halo and Enhance. Just kind of dunk them in the same way I did with the two bronzer shades at the end. And I'm just going to kind of clean up that area, and I'm just gonna kind of buff over my neck and cheeks just to make sure like if there's anything I didn't get properly, this will blend it out. Then before I put this palette away, I'm going to go in with the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. Just going to take a little bit. I'm going to put this on my eyes. And then I'm going to take this e.l.f. small tapered brush and I'm going to dunk it into Enhance, which is that white, like it's the more yellow tone shade, and I'm just going to set my eye. Lastly, before I move on fully to eyes, I'm going to take this Becca highlighter in the shade Opal, and I'm just going to dust it on the tops of my cheekbones and my brow bones while I move. There you go. To my nose. To the top of the lip. And I just kind of buff it in. I think the class I am most excited for is my metal casting class, which is one of the classes I'm taking in person. And it is it's like melting down metal and forming it into the right shapes and doing all that stuff. And I just think that sounds really fun. So today I'm going to be playing with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette, which is just stunning. Like, this is one of the few palettes, I don't know if it's picking it up very good, but when I look at this palette, I just kind of get inspired. I'm going to use the Lamora blending brush. I got these off of Amazon, and I am going to dip into the shade Demure, which is this mauvier tone. These shades are kind of powdery. And about the people who think I'm smart. So I'm just kind of doing a big wash of this all over my eyes. This is the most makeup I've worn in like over a week. Because I just moved in 2 days ago, and all my makeup, I just kind of reached a point where I was trying to pack, and there were a lot of things that I didn't want to pack because I wanted to use them in between that day and when I would be able to unpack them again. And finally, I just hit a point where I was like, it is not worth it. I'm going to take this little EcoTools pencil brush in the same shade and drag that across the lower lash line. I am going to take like one tap into the shade Risque and the shade Cocoa, so I'm going to go tap, tap, just to get like a little bit more of a brownie shade. And I'm just going to lightly fluff that on the outer corner. And then I'm going to take the shade, let's go in with the shade Pink Diamond with my finger, and I'm just going to tap that lightly all over the lid. The formula of these shimmers is really interesting. So I am going to go in with the highlighter that I used and just stick that on my corners. And I'm just going to take a little bit of just the Risque shade and put it on the very outer corner, not dragging it in. Do you have an eye that's the problem child? Like, that's the eye that never just works the way you really want it to? It's this one, my left eye. Sometimes I just need to sit it down, explain to it that it's making things difficult. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner in the shade of black and line my inner, like, upper and lower rims, and I'll be right back. Now that I have done my eyeliner, I'm just going to do a quick spritz on my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. I'm just going to take my to-do list pad. Then I am going to take the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in the shade Fast Lane. And then I'm going to go in with the same Nude Stick Nudie in Naughty and Spice. Now I'm going to jump off camera and load my lashes up with the Wander Beauty Mile High Club, and I'll be right back. I am back. Mascara is completed, and this is the finished look. I'm going to go take a good picture in natural light as well and insert it right now. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. Please let me know in the description or in the comments bar how you are doing. I hope everyone is having a lovely end to their summer. Overall, I hope you enjoyed this Daily Dose of Sparkle, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.